Hey there, this is Dutch, and in this video I'm going to hopefully tell you everything that you will ever need to know about wheat farming in Minecraft. Alright, so let's get started. Now, to begin a wheat farm, basically you need two things. A hoe, which we have right here, and some seeds. Now, if you do not have any seeds whatsoever, to get some you simply break some tall grass like this until you find a bunch of seeds. So let's just get a couple here. There we go, whole bunch of seeds. As you can see, I collected some in advance. Now then, basically to plant these seeds, we're going to need some farmland. And to do that, you simply right-click either a dirt or a grass block with your hoe, and there we have some farmland. Now, as you can see, we also have some water over here, which is pretty helpful, because as you can see, if we make all of this farmland looks a bit different than this farmland. That's because this is hydrated farmland, and as you can see, our farmland is actually starting to hydrate here, and hydrated farmland will make wheat grow significantly faster, which is of course always helpful. Now, one water block will basically hydrate this big of a square, which is a 9 by 9 square of farmland. As you can see, it's 4 blocks in every direction from the water block at the actual level of the water, but also if I were to lower this by 1 block, then this water block would also hydrate that. So to basically we can now plant our seed on some farmland, and this will now grow. But there are a couple of things that will affect the growth. First of all, you need to have either an air block or something transparent like glass or glowstone. Glowstone's not actually transparent, but the game handles it as a transparent block. So yeah, something transparent has to be at the block above the seeds. Now another thing, the seeds will need either skylight, so they need to be outside, or they need light level 9 or higher at that block, so the block above it. Okay, so those are all the conditions for seeds to grow into wheat. Now, as I said, having seeds on hydrated farmland makes them grow faster. How much? About twice as fast, really, if you do not have any other factors influencing growth, which there are, of course. Now, as you can see, I have these 9 blocks around it as farmland as well. Now, every block of farmland that is in these 9 blocks will increase the growth rate of this seed. Hydrated farmland more so than dry farmland, of course. So basically, the way we have it set up now, we have the maximum rate of growth for this seed here. However, seeds around this will also affect the growth, but not in a positive way, but in a negative way. So if we did this, now this seed will grow about half as fast as it did previously. However, that does not mean that we cannot plant any seeds next to each other, because if we do it either like this or like this, as you can see, in a straight line, then the seeds will not affect each other. So these 3 will all have, well, actually this one doesn't because there are no farmland blocks here, but you get the idea. These 3 all have basically the optimum growth rate right now, as well as these 3. So that's basically what you need to know about how to make your seeds grow fast. And to use this, we can take a look over here. As you can see, I have 2 plots of farmland, and this one has basically all of the seeds growing at an optimal rate, and this one has them growing at about half that rate. However, as you can plainly see, there's about twice as many seeds on this farmland, on this plot, than there are on this one. So what this means is that both of these are actually equally efficient. You know, they put out the same amount of wheat in about the same amount of time. However, one could argue that this one is more efficient because you have to harvest this less of the time, because it grows about twice as slow. But yeah, they are equally efficient when it comes to the amount of wheat that you will get from it. Now, to harvest wheat, of course, you just left-click it. Doesn't matter what you're holding, you don't need a hoe, and you will get some wheat and either 0, 1, or 2 seeds. As you can see, you get 2 seeds there. That one gave us 0 seeds. That one gave us 1. Now, of course, you can use these seeds to just replant, and that's all fine and dandy, but that's a bit too much work for us. We want to harvest our wheat automatically, you say. Well then, I have a bunch of ways you can do that setup over here. Now, this one over here, let's actually switch into creative mode so I can show this off a bit better. There you go. This one over here is the one that you probably are most familiar with if you're familiar with automatic wheat farming at all. Basically what this is we have some water up here held up by pistons and some redstone leading to a lever. And if I pull this lever, the water will flow down, harvesting all the wheat and taking it down into this hole right here. In case you're wondering how I got this farmland hydrated, I have some water hidden behind here, which is flowing underneath the farmland. As you can see right here, the water starts there at that little hole, and it flows along here, and whoops, that, and all the wheat gathers up here. Now then, this is of course very convenient because it automatically harvests your wheat, and it gets all of the drops nicely into this hole right here, or you could have like another water stream over here, maybe, that would take it even further to one central point. So yeah, very convenient, very easy, just flick a lever. Of course you do need to replant your wheat, because there is no way you can do that automatically. So yeah, you just replant it, and that should all be fine. Your farmland is still farmland, so no need to use any hoe or something like that. You can just replant. Now then, over here we have another setup. This one requires a completely enclosed room without any lights, which are not controllable. So basically we have these 3 lights here, and we have some wheat. This makes sure that there is light level 9 or above, so the wheat can grow. If we pull this lever, and this is actually a bit random, it usually takes a few seconds, so let's just wait, and as you can see, the wheat all popped off, and you can just gather it. And that is of course because wheat is not allowed to grow at light levels of 9 or light levels that are lower than 9. So yeah, once the wheat gets updated, then it will realize, hey, it's dark in here, and it all just pops off. And that makes for pretty quick harvesting. However, you do need to gather all of it yourself. But the advantage of this is that it is very resource friendly. All you need is a couple of glowstone lamps and some redstone. You don't even need any pistons. So yeah, that's all very convenient. And these are the 2 farming methods that I see most personally. This one's actually a bit more rare because almost everyone uses this one. But yeah, this one's also pretty good if you maybe have an underground wheat farm or something which is already fully enclosed. So you may as well use this method then if you don't want to use pistons or whatever, or if you don't want the farmland to go up like this, because that is a requirement on this one. You cannot have it be very long, because then it will be hard to hydrate it, and the water won't flow down and stuff like that. So you could basically have this in a really huge room, but potentially, of course. Anyway, over here we have another one, and I think you can already see it's pretty resource heavy. As you can see here, we have a bunch of wheat, and it's actually not fully grown yet, so let's just do that real quick with some bone meal, which is also something you can do. Just like you can grow saplings into trees instantly with bone meal, you can make wheat grow fully. And if we pull this lever, then pistons will pop up, and we basically get the same effect as in the dark room, except slightly faster. You still need to gather it manually, of course. But yeah, this requires a lot of redstone torches, and stuff like that. It's not very resource friendly. It takes a lot of space below the actual farm as well. So yeah, I've never actually seen anyone use this design, but it's a possible design, so I thought I'd show it off here. And then we have this one over here, which I have seen some people use. It's probably about as popular as the dark room. Anyway, we basically have these lines of wheat right here, which is not very efficient, of course, because there's not any farmland around it. So that's kind of already a disadvantage. And if we pull this lever and pull it again, it'll all end up in the water stream, and we can gather it easily. So yeah, that's an advantage of this one. However, as I said, the growth rates are not that great on this one, as well as the fact that after you harvest, you will need to retill all your soil back into farmland. Most of it anyway. For some reason, this stays farmland. I don't know why. But yeah, that's a pretty major disadvantage of this one. However, unlike the previous two, this one does have the advantage of gathering your stuff for you, which you may like. So yeah, that's basically all the ways you can harvest wheat, and yeah, I think that's basically all that you will ever need to know about wheat. Now, if you think I'm wrong, and there's something I forgot or something you want to know, just leave a comment on the video and I will answer, and if it's actually something big that I've forgotten, I may make another video on this. And yeah, if you like my stuff, please check out my channel because I have lots of other Minecraft videos. I have a Let's Play which I update every day and a bunch of redstone tutorials as well. So yeah, please check that out and I will see you guys later.